Well, hello, retro computing enthusiasts, electronics geeks, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my workbench over here. And part two of my MGH80 project. Back in part one, I had built this and was just starting to test it. And what is the MGH80? Well, it's a very simple Z80 computer system. It has some RAM, some ROM, a Z80 of course, and an 8255 I/O chip. It gives me 3 8-bit I/O ports or 24 bits of I/O. Basically, it's very programmable, very flexible. So back in part one, I had just completed this and got it up and running. And the reason I built it was because I had a bunch of little modules I needed to test. So I'm getting into actually doing the testing now. So what kind of modules am I testing? Well, I'm testing a bunch of these little LCD displays. I have a bunch of them, several different models. This isn't all of them. This is just, sort of, a quick look at what I've got. I've got a lot of those modules. So I wanted a way to test them and make sure they worked. So I was thinking the MGH80 would be pretty much perfect for that. I could wire up a module to it and put a little bit of software in it to run the LCD. Because I got these LCDs from scrapped equipment, basically. So I don't know if they're any good. I need to test them before I go trying to use them in other projects. So that's the whole purpose of this thing, is just to test the modules and make sure they work. So I had the MGH80 with all the I/O ports on it, but I needed some software to run the LCD modules. Well, Ben Eater, I'm sure all of you out there watching this have heard of Ben Eater. He did his 6502 computer, and he put one of these little modules on it, and he had a little hello world code for it. Now he's doing 6502, and this is a Z80, but I grabbed his code and I did a translation and a reassembly. So that's the code I've got in the MGH80. Actually, to be perfectly honest, it's not in the MGH80, it's in this thing. And what is this thing, you might ask? Well, the fellow who created the MGH80 is named Chris Sakula. I will put a link to his GitHub down below this video in the video description. You can check him out. So not only did he create the MGH80, he's got another project. That is an EPROM emulator right there. So I can plug this into my computer and I can download the code that I would normally burn into an EPROM or EEPROM into this thing. And then it takes the place of the EPROM on the board. And that saves a whole lot of swapping in and out chips when you're developing software. And that's a wonderful thing, let me tell you. Because there were several different iterations of this software before I got it right and doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So without this, there would have been a whole lot of swapping in and out chips, and I probably would have bent pins, maybe even damaged the board, who knows. So this has come in really, really handy. Now, this I built basically from just the board. I bought the boards from PCBWay. Chris Sakula has him on there. And I just built up the whole MGH80. He also sells completed units on his eBay. And I bought the EPROM emulator already complete and tested from him off of eBay. And, well, that saved a lot of work. And it works great, too. In fact, let me turn this thing on and show you just how well it works. I mean, there is no EEPROM in this thing. It's working off of this. So let me turn it on and hit the reset button on the MGH80. And look at that. Hello world. Yep, it's working good. This blue LED came on. That is connected to the halt line on the Z80. So that tells me that the program ran to completion because the last command in the program is halt. So the program is working good. It printed out hello world on the LCD screen and it halted. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Now that I have the program perfected and working exactly the way I want it to, I can disconnect this and put in an EEPROM just to make things a little less, bulky here and more compact, and then get on with testing all of the modules I need to test. The only thing I'm going to have to do to go between the different types of modules is just sort out the connections on them. They're all pretty much identical in the way they are driven. It's just the connections are different. So I just need to sort all that out, and then I can get on with my testing. In fact, let me turn this off again. And let me see if I can get this module, which is a different model than this one, and a different pin layout, see if I can get it connected up and see if I can make it work. So let me swap these out. Okay, so I've got this one installed. It's going to be a little bit awkward to read because all these wires are in the way I had to plug it in. But let's fire it up and see. Hit the reset button. And we've got Hello W. I think the difference here is that this is a single line display and the other one was a 2-line display. I'd probably have to modify my program to display as long a line on this as I did on that. But at least it tells me the thing works. I might need to do some more extensive testing on it to make sure it actually fully functions, because I've got the contrast turned up all the way and you can barely read it. It shows up better on camera than it does to the eye. So obviously there is something a little wrong with this module, but that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to test. By building this thing, I can test all these modules, and I've got more than I've shown you. I've got a bunch of them. So yeah, this is going to be perfect for that. And now that I've got the program running, I'm going to disconnect the EPROM emulator from this, and I've burned the program into this EEPROM over here. I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to put this back in, and we'll make sure everything is still working just the way it should. So let me do that, and I'll be back in a second. All right, as you can see, I have the EPROM emulator disconnected. I have the EEPROM installed. Let's power it up. Oh, look at that. I didn't even have to hit the reset button. But what I do need to do is turn the contrast back down. It's still way too high after that last module I tested. So, okay, this is working exactly the way I hoped it would. So I can use this for testing the rest of my LCD modules and for all kinds of other little jobs I need to do that need something kind of Arduino-ish, but, well, it's a lot easier for me to write Z80 code. And the testing is going very well. All right, that one module didn't seem to be working right, but this one's working great. Very happy about that. This one's a much larger one. You can see the size difference. I've got a lot of these, so that's nice. Anyway, I still have 4 more boards because I bought 5 boards for the MGH80. They come in groups of 5, and they're cheap. They're like $1 a piece. So I will probably build out another MGH80, and I got some expansion cards for it too. So I will probably build out the next one to be more of a complete computer system. Maybe have a UART on it, or program a bit-banged serial over one of the many, I/O ports here. So that's a possibility too, so I can talk to it via a terminal program. But anyway, I'm very happy with the MGH80 so far. It's doing exactly what I need it to do, and it's been pretty darn easy, especially with the addition of the EPROM emulator to help develop software. Like I said, I've put a link to Chris Sakula's GitHub down below this video. I strongly suggest you check him out because of not just these 2 projects, he's got a lot of other cool projects out there that you might find very interesting or very helpful to you. But anyway, like I said, I'm very happy with my MGH80. I'm very happy with my EPROM emulator. I'm very happy that I've got a way to test these modules now. If you guys are happy with this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see future videos. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching this one. Bye.